Alright, guys, I got a crazy story to tell tonight on this late night where I am here in my area. But this is about my friend that I mentioned in a couple videos that passed away of cancer in 2010. So, he lived in a place about an hour away from us, outside of his mom's trailer in a 1949 school bus. And he took all the seats out of the bus and built a wall about halfway through with a doorway cut out into it. And the back section of the bus was his bedroom. That's where he slept. And we go to visit him one day. And he has in this bus a grand piano. And me and my dad are looking at this piano as we're sitting in there with him, talking about guitar and stuff. And my dad goes, "Man, I have to ask, how did you get this grand piano in this bus? Like, it wouldn't fit through the door. There's no way." And he says, "Well, I took it apart. Completely apart. Piece by piece. He put it back together inside of that bus. And then tuned it up by ear and played it." And my dad was like, "How long did that take you to do?" And he said, "Yeah, maybe about a week." Within a week, I had it back together. I restained the wood to kind of refurbish the wood. I put all the keys back where they go. I put the strings on it. Or he got new strings for it. Put the new strings in it. Tuned it up. And then, after he had put it back together, and me and my dad were just mind blown, man. We were like, wow, that takes some killer dedication and patience to do something like that. But that guy was a musician like I had never met before. I mean, he knew enough songs to play a house party on his own and keep that party going, providing the music for hours. 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. And we had a lot of them. And then one time he he didn't have a guitar, or he couldn't play a certain song on the guitar. And he's like, "I know the lyrics, I can sing it. So here's what you do if you can't play a song, but you can sing it." And he comes in the house, in here, gets my mom's broom that she uses to sweep the kitchen floor with, goes back out on the porch in front of like 70 people in my yard, singing it into the microphone and playing this broom, completely faking it. And he said, no matter what, you've got to keep going. If you get on stage and you get scared or you mess up a song, like you make a mistake, you got to keep going. There is no, "Oh, I got to stop, hold on, and restart the song." You got to keep going. He was just a really unique individual. And when you would play with him and say he was on the guitar, you were on the bass, right? He would play the song and tell you what to do as he's playing it. He would teach you the song as he was playing it to you. And by the time you got to the end of that song, you knew it, front and back. And he was the same way with guitar. Like, if you didn't know how to play it on the guitar, he would sit down with you, get you going with it, tell you the chords and things like that. And by the time the song ended, you knew the song. But that's just crazy to me that he built a grand piano inside of a 1949 school bus. And it's just like, wow. Like, dang, man, that's crazy. That takes some killer dedication. And I have a little Indian guy or something that he made me. And he made it out of wood and various guitar parts and strings. Pretty cool. And I've kept it for so many years. But he was just cool. He could do anything. And any instrument you put in his hands, he knew something on that instrument or something about that instrument that he could teach you how to play it, or he could show you guidelines on how to start playing that instrument. It was insane. And then he had an acoustic guitar. It was a Martin, some sort of Martin acoustic. And he didn't call them acoustic guitars. He didn't call it a flat top. He called it a box guitar. And he didn't like anything that was super flashy. He didn't like that. He wanted it to look beat up, distressed. I guess is what you would call relict. Before I knew what relict meant. Whoa, sorry, I just kind of dove towards the camera there, sliding my chair back. But he was playing that Martin one night with my uncle and some friends on a riverbank, in front of a fire. And he's like, this guitar plays great, sounds really good, but it's just too flashy looking. And then at the end of the night, after they had all finished playing, he took his strings off of it. And my uncle's like, what are you doing, dude? I'm like, why are you doing that? You gonna change them when you get home or something? He's like, you'll see what I'm doing. And he cuts the strings off, takes the bridge pins, or the bridge pins and the saddle out, and takes the nut off of it, throws the guitar in the fire, and lets it burn until it turns black. And then he got it back home and took a drill and some sort of round bit, circular bit, drilled him a few holes in the body. And then takes a razor blade and gets all of that charred wood off of it, gets it back smooth, and stains it over with dark walnut stain. And then cleans the fingerboard up really nice and polishes up the frets, gets the frets looking good again. Put in a new set of tuners on it because the tuners kind of got screwed up in the fire. And they were just tuners that he had laying around. He made them work. And then strung it up and played it. And that was his favorite acoustic guitar. He kept it for years and years and years and years. I don't know what he ever done with that thing. I don't even think he knows. And then he came down here one time for a party. And he's a big Les Paul fan. He loved Gibson. Like, you gave him a Fender, he'd be like, get this thing away from me. I don't like them. But I had a Secua Les Paul copy that was almost a complete clone of a Les Paul Custom. It was black, had gold hardware, the 7 or 5 ply binding on the body, binding on the neck, the diamond in the middle of the headstock, everything. And he fell in love with that guitar as soon as he seen it. And we played the party that night. I used it that night. And then after I got done, I went to my dad, and this was on his birthday. I went to my dad, and I was like, look, Dad, I want to get me an Epiphone Les Paul. Like a standard or even a special, something like that. And he said, well, we'll look around, see if I can't find you one. And I said, well, in the meantime, I want to give Bugsy, the guy that passed, I want to give him this Les Paul copy that I have. Because he fell in love with it when I let him play it. And Dad said, it's your guitar. It's up to you. And so I gave it to him. I told him, I was like, here, man, you can play this thing 1,000 times better than me. So take it on home with you because you deserve to have it. And he was ecstatic. He kept thanking me and kept thanking me that night. And then he kept it for a while and then pawned it. But he was just a really unique, cool, very laid back guy. I never seen him get mad about nothing. I never seen him get out of the way with anybody. He always knew how to handle a situation without any sort of conflict or confrontation, anything like that. And he played, to be as good of a musician as he would play with anybody that was willing to stand up there beside him. He was just really cool. And if he was here today, I would do a video with him about him, talking like this and giving musical knowledge because he just had it up here. But I wanted to talk about that tonight and just give you guys kind of a crazy story. Because you don't meet too many people that can do something like put a grand piano inside of a school bus. That's just wild to me. Like, dang, man. If that was me, dude, I'd have gave up on that within 5 minutes. I'd have been like, nope, can't do it. I'm done. This is just impossible. But yeah, I just want to talk about that tonight. I know I said, oh, I'm getting tired of doing the talking stuff, but this I had to share because it's just too cool. And maybe you guys will enjoy this. I hope so. And if not, that's okay too. But I hope you all have a great day here today, which today technically is Monday in my area. It's like 1:30 in the morning. So have a great day, great night, wherever you guys are in the world. And always play what you want to play your hearts out, and learn all you can about the functionality and the workmanship of guitar or any instrument, and look at the fit and finish so that maybe one day you can learn how to do something like that. Like, you get an old beat up guitar that's been through hell and back, you know how to fix it, preserve it, and save its life, and let it continue to be enjoyed and loved for another 50 years. So everyone, take care out there and have a good one.